Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News, or actually a little video about XRP today, specifically about that $50,000 XRP price prediction that everybody is talking about right now. Having said that, right now I'm over in Sardinia. I can actually show you guys around a little bit. I was just taking a little bit of a walk. I actually rented a car. I was gonna go to Rome today, but you guys were actually screaming a lot that Sardinia is very beautiful. I should go ahead and check it out further. And so I decided to do that. Booked another couple of nights. You'll most likely see more content here as I walk through the freaking country here over a little bit. Because I'm just with a car, I'm gonna most likely stop at different places, take a hotel in different places as well. And there's so many people watching me, it's pretty awkward, you know? It's my I don't know, like my third time or so making a video like this, so it's kind of strange to me still. There's gonna be some cars as well, but let's talk. And I actually should show you guys the video before we start going on with anything else, just so you guys get some context as to what I was, right? So let's quickly check.
And what's interesting is central banks, you probably already know this, but they've been accumulating gold for a very long time now. This is just me speculating, but what do you think on maybe they're accumulating because they're preparing for a Bretton Woods 3.0, in other words?
100%. There's a lot going on with that, though. There's the whole Basel 3, there's the COMEX 589. They have to start, there's already a movement underlying the banking system where they have to start basically settling up in real physical gold and not just having paper gold trades.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that doesn't work. But this ties in probably.
It's the perfect segue
exactly
to setting the price of gold, maybe, or setting the price of these basket of commodities, and issuing digital assets.
And then setting the price of the digital asset.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, once
So
precious
they all
metals
tie
are
in.
reevaluated, precious metals will be reevaluated for sure.
Okay guys, before I actually go on, I wanna quickly say the video is gonna be a little bit of a drag maybe because, well, I'm out in public. There were a lot of people walking by, and so you get distracted pretty often. The video is mostly about me discussing a little bit of XRP, a little bit of life paying with crypto, about the $50,000 prediction thing, regarding what cryptos I'm going to be buying right now, regarding crypto cycles and things of that nature. If you want to see the view for right now, by the way, I did not perfectly show it. The whole video, I'm behind this wood basically, but you can see here in the marina, I guess, just a little bit of Sardinia here for if you guys wanted to know. Maybe if I'm here tomorrow, if I come back tomorrow, because I'm going to go onto some island somewhere, I might make a video right here because this looks like a beautiful spot as well, huh? But yeah, I'm really loving this island. It's beautiful freaking full. And so I do a little bit of walking while I talk to you guys in that video. So if that's not your style, don't worry about it. Most likely I'll not do it very often, but I'm just going to see you guys' response and then we'll get it going. Again, guys, bear with me here. I'm a little bit awkward with this type of stuff. That's why I actually went to go to a little bit more of a foresty area. I thought maybe that's a little bit quieter, as a lot of these small parts in the, I guess, not city, in the town, have a lot of cars around. There's so many freaking cars, which I guess is also kind of funny, right? I love the scenery here. I'm just gonna show you guys a little bit. If you know where I am, just comment it down below, you know? I'm traveling every single day, at least for right now. So, most likely we'll be different places every single time. So yeah, having said that, the XP $50,000 stuff, what do I think about it? So I've been thinking about it for a long time as to what I should say about it, or what I should, I guess, tell you guys about it. Do I think it's crazy? Yes, straight off the bat, yes, I do very much think it's crazy. When we saw the $35,000 XP thing, I was already telling you guys, I think the Valil Capital prediction doesn't make a lot of sense. Because in every way, shape, or form, if you start thinking about it, how will that work? The only way, shape, or form is if really everything in the world just drops and starts going for XRP, or indeed I'm thinking about every single scenario in which that could work. They have the gold in their reserves, and then what? What exactly are they supposed to do now? How is it going to tie to 35,000? To pair it with something? Okay, gold backed, then what? Why would the US government or any other party like that do that? I've said before, is $10,000 per XP, for example, hypothetically speaking, possible? I would say yeah, but that mostly revolves around the fact that the US dollar becomes worthless over a longer period of time. I don't think it has anything to do with gold. I do agree with what they said about them accumulating gold. I've shown this to you guys time and time again. They are buying it like crazy, so that part is very much true. I will surely agree to you on that one. I'm not so sure exactly if they think about it like XRP, though, or if they want to pair that in any way, shape, or form with XRP, or if they're going to buy the XP back. That Fed buyback that a lot of people talk about. I'm going to go over a little hill. Here, guess I'm old. This is freaking heavy. It's a big hill, by the way, if you guys wondering. It doesn't look like much, but it was hard work, okay? More foresty area. But no, it doesn't make sense. Because why? No, I just can't buy that. You know, it's not me. Maybe it's just different styles, maybe just different opinions, maybe just different thoughts on the matter. The reason I said 10,000 possible, the dollar uses its value, and basically $100 at this point has purchasing power of $1 in our time. At that point, I guess I can kind of agree with you guys on that notion. For my own personal predictions, I often say, you know, $100 or so, I'd be very glad with if we eventually end up at that point. $50, I'm very happy with. But over longer periods of time, I do think we'll get to more. I do think the value will become higher, but it's going to take a long time. In the same sense that I don't think Bitcoin $1 million is too crazy at all. It will just take some time. It's not going to happen overnight. Might take a couple more cycles. Right now, I believe we're indeed in a bear market for a little while still, even though I honestly expect we have hit close to a bottom for most coins. That does not mean that the reversal is going to be here, right? What a bottom basically indicates is, okay, 17.5 thousand, for example, for Bitcoin is not going to go way lower than that. But that does not mean that we're not going to see these low prices for a little while, if you guys get my drift. So yeah, it could be, for example, that we get towards 17.5 thousand for Bitcoin for the next couple of months, or maybe around that area, or maybe one sweep lower. I talked about it before, but I don't think we're gonna, go much lower, to be honest with you. I do expect the big reversal to be around the corner, or at least that the bottom is already in. It looks like it, you know. A lot of the big guys were telling me $18,000 for Bitcoin is the bottom. As of this point, they were pretty correct. Because I guess even if I just bought everything at 18,000 like they told me to, would have been already in a pretty juicy amount of profit, like at least 15% or so. So that would have been a smart decision nonetheless. Regarding XRP, I don't think it's really possible to calculate in any way, shape, or form where the bottom is going to be. We can surely take a look at, okay, 17 cents, for example, and maybe following in our own heads the psychological barrier at 34, which is double the bottom that we saw right after the lawsuit started. If you guys remember, 17 cents was the bottom that we saw at that point, maybe like a week after the lawsuit began or something like that. And then in January, it spiked pretty severely. Not so sure what the resistance are out of the back of my head, but most likely, 17 cents is our biggest level. That's most likely close by. And I remember March of 2020 had 11 cents is a very close barrier. How do you say? Oh, I'm going to sit at a little table as a bottom point in 2020. But yeah, let's go talk. Can I put it down? It's not going to happen, huh? No. Should have prepared this a little bit better. But I'm like, you know what? I'll chill with you guys and talk about some stuff while I explore the Europe a little bit. You guys been to Europe before? Let me know down below. 50,000, been thinking about it. Doesn't make sense to me except for when the dollar devalues. Gold-backed theory doesn't make sense to me. Can't buy it. Can't comprehend that. I think it's crazy, and I'll keep explaining that to people why I don't think it makes sense. If somebody can really explain it properly to me, I've watched these videos so many times. A buyback, Fed buyback, it just doesn't make sense for any organization to do that. Do I believe XP will be the center of, for example, the CBDC realm or so? Surely possible. Surely, I would not deny that. I wouldn't say, yeah, they will. Will it be the center of the financial system? We don't know. But surely with the ISO 20022 connection in that sense and being on the board as Ripple, there's a good chance that they're going to be implemented in the financial system. Then again, we look at those Fed statements from earlier, right? Yesterday, I think, and then the day before. The Fed came out and said, we're pretty afraid that crypto is going to take over the financial system, so we need to get regulations in as soon as possible. That makes me think differently again, though. That makes me think, so then maybe these compliant, ISO compliant crypto, which are supposed to tie in mostly with SWIFT, which is changing soon, Fed now with ISO standard, everything is coming up later then in the US. Maybe then they're not talking about those ISO compliant crypto, but mostly about Bitcoin as well. Even though XRP can change the financial system, is it going to really disrupt it all the way? It depends, right? It depends. But maybe if you kind of look at the whole globe of things, the whole partnership they could get with XDC, with Quant and everything like that, if you get one big ecosystem going, and I guess it doesn't necessarily need traditional crypto anymore, sure. But then it goes against Ripple's plans as they're building out for CBDC usage. We saw all the new upgrades for interoperability, and I guess the new opportunities that we had as well with the, not grants, I'm not so sure what the name for that would be, with their new initiatives, that's the word. With the new initiatives for the CBDCs, if they planned that XRP is going to be the center of every single payment ever, then why focus on CBDCs? For if things go wrong, it doesn't make sense to me either. I think they know, right? With all the connections that they do have, how deep they are in the system, they probably know exactly what's about to come and exactly how things are going to work. And I think the chance of CBDCs, I'm just kind of checking if there's not going to be a lot of big group of people, right? If CBDCs are not going to be here to stay, wouldn't make sense for me if they're going to invest a lot of money into all this and this new technology and new initiatives and things like that. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, to be honest with you. And the same goes for a lot of things which they're doing. Like NFTs, for example, will become crazy popular over longer periods of time. There's 0% chance, in my opinion, that NFTs are not going to take over. It's going to be for a different use case though. It's not going to be these profile pictures that people really are going crazy for or went crazy for in the last big bull run, because it's only like, people say this for Bitcoin, that it's just a demand and supply, right? That the value is only what people want to pay for it, but that's for anything, because literally demand and supply. Anything in this world is how much people want to pay for it. I mean, even a grain, right? Yeah, if people don't want to buy it anymore, it's going to have no value. So obviously that's not a good thing to say, I personally think. I'm not really a fan of that definition of assets, I guess, and things. Having said that, for NFTs, it feels more like the naming of that is justifiable though, right? Where it literally has no intrinsic value. I also don't like the word of, to be honest with you, but it has no inherent value to it except for being a picture, which is art, and art, even that might be speculative in whether or not it's a good thing to buy, or whether or not it should have value. It's definitely debatable. Point being, sorry, because I'm nagging a little bit potentially here, but that's again because I'm in nature. You know, I'm enjoying the vibes, enjoying the chill here. If you guys are not into a little video like this, I'm not going to call it news. I'm just going to call it a talk, because, well, I don't have that much news except for the $50,000 XP price thing, which I did not really enjoy. So with NFTs, what I'm thinking about, and what I think most people will agree with me here, is non-fungible tokens as a concept are not really stupid at all. You can do so many things with that, and I'm honestly thinking even VeChain and all these supply chain managers will most likely utilize NFTs in some way, shape, or form to kind of put the system together with the supply chain. I'm thinking about that. But even Ripple, most likely they've thought of some crazy applications for NFTs. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't put all the effort in to make it a thing, right? If they're the center for these financial things, which I think they are, then why would you go for NFTs, for example, which are completely on the other side? I mean, the Hooks Amendment, for example, that's coming up right now to get smart contracts on the XP Ledger. To be honest with you, I think it's a different thing, because when you think about it, it's not done by Ripple developers. It was done with the idea, most likely, to just allow for more interoperability. But once more, not with Ripple's intent. It was XP Ledger developers and just people who think this might be good functionality. But even David Schwartz earlier said, if the transaction cost becomes a lot more, even though they're not, I guess transactions that don't use the feature, they will not increase in price. And even then, it'll be 1,000 drops or so for one transaction, which still is basically nothing. But even David Schwartz, co-creator of the XP Ledger, said it might not be the best of ideas to go for it. Because if you think about it, yeah, if it's a payment token, if it's for the payment infrastructure, why would you need to have all these different contracts that you can build on top of it? Like, what's the point? Why would you want to have it? And I've been thinking about that for a long time. XP is not that type of crypto. Then again, I do believe it's really good though. And I'm also happy with Jim McCallum almost being done selling all his tokens. I'm honestly pretty excited about that. Cannot complain in any way, shape, or form, right? Hopefully you guys can, by the way, hear me. I haven't checked how great my sound is. Maybe even after I showed you that video, there's not going to be sound. I hope there is. I hope I even pressed record. We'll see about that in just a minute. I can see a dog pooping, by the way. Not so sure if I should be watching that. I've been, doing a lot of fun stuff here. At least fun, exploring, I guess. I love exploring. All the while using only crypto, by the way. I only pay for crypto for every single trip I do. Then again, it's a little bit of cheating because you can use those crypto cards, right? So if you use the crypto card or Binance card, it's a little bit of cheating. But I'll make a video about that soon as well. A lot of you guys were asking me about how to use crypto in your day-to-day lives. And I could make a series about it. I don't plan to, because what's the point? It's very, I can do like this because I have a big stand on it, So as I said before, I want to do a series about the utilizing crypto in your day-to-day payments, because actually it's pretty difficult. If you go ask, for example, here on the island, people don't really know about crypto. Then again, there was one guy at the pool of my hotel that wasn't before, and there was a big rapper, or trapper, they said, Luca, I think. And that guy, he said he's going to watch my videos, but that guy was really interested in crypto and NFTs. And that brought me to make my previous video as well about what cryptos I hold and what things I kind of recommend. It's one of the questions that gets so often, like, what cryptos do you recommend? What cryptos do you hold? And I keep saying, go for different sectors. So you go partially the, I said it in my previous video, right? Partially the exchange sector, so a BNB and FTX or FTT coin. You can go for KCS, for KuCoin, for example. You can go for Bitrus token, whatever. Partially for the DeFi ecosystem, and that depends. You want to go for platformers or for the actual decentralized exchange sort of tokens like a Uniswap or a PancakeSwap, or if you'd rather just be in DeFi, it depends again. You want to go for Oracle like Chainlink, or you just want to be with the platformers like Ethereum or I guess the Binance Smart Chain that your DeFi might be on top of. That's another possibility right there. There's so many different corners, right? You want to go for video live streaming, go for Theta. You want to be the financial system, XDC, maybe an XRP. You want to be more institutionalized, decentralized, Algorand with a lot of selling pressure right now, but still good crypto. Maybe even a Solana, which is having a lawsuit right now. But hey, Also, another good parts about Solana and XRP, for example, they have this very big appeal for when they win the lawsuit. That could be a very big thing for those cryptos, which is another reason why I think bulking up on them is a good idea. And even though I'm more holding Bitcoin right now than anything, I honestly think, like you guys can imagine, at some point in the near future, it's going to turn back around. And at that point, you got to accumulate altcoins crazy. I've been in the crypto space for almost... Okay. If something happens to me, you guys come save me, all right? I've been in the crypto space for almost 10 years. One of the most important things that I can tell anybody is the moment that the bull run starts, go freaking heavy. Don't chicken out. I've had this before, in 2018, I think mostly, that I was too late starting this really crazy investing spree because I thought, oh no, it's still a bear market. Oh no, it's still a bear market. Oh no, it's still negative. In 2000, wait. No, it's before. I think maybe it's the start of 2017. 2016 maybe even, I don't remember exactly when, but at some of those points I was really too hesitant to start investing crazy because I thought, no, it's still a bear market, no, things are going to go back down, no, Bitcoin is still best. But then a lot of altcoins were popping off and popping up basically. Even though the top 10 right now and the top 10 back then are not the same whatsoever, a lot of coins that are popping off, you got to buy them. If you get the opportunity to buy them early, like you get if you're a big institutional investor or VC or you have connections, go for it. I honestly think it's the best way to make money. It's the best way to become a billionaire, I think, in the world. The easiest way. But aside from that, utilize these newer ideas that you get from people, these newer cryptos, these newer technologies, these newer sectors. But more importantly, look on the sector that you already think is huge. Like, for example, okay, decentralized exchanges. Which ones have the most potential? In my own opinion, I'm not actually a big holder, but I'm being honest with you. For example, the ones that Bybit is connected with, I'm not even sure what the name is. Yeah, I don't even remember the name right now. But Bybit, for example, is connected with a certain decentralized exchange. That is when you, for example, go for, that is when you look for. Because most likely in a couple of years from now, every single exchange will be connected to a decentralized exchange, or it will use decentralized exchange functionality, but it looks as a front end like a centralized exchange. But in the back end, it's decentralized. That stuff is going to change. And that's going to be one of the big sectors that's booming at some point or another. The file sharing type of things like Filecoin, but mostly the Theta or the content sharing stuff is not going to pop off yet. It's the same thing for the social medias in the crypto space. Not yet. Eventually it will though. A lot of the play to earn things, they're not booming just quite yet. They went on a crazy spree earlier this year, but last year, most likely the next big bull run, a lot of big games are going to go for NFTs and changing the game over to a crypto realm, which will most likely let them pop off again. However, at that point, we have to be on the lookout. For example, okay, what AAA studio is going to launch NFTs? We buy those, for example. We buy those as quickly as possible, as many as possible. Crypto, for example, told me as well. He bought those RFKT, whatever the freaking thing was. Pretty expensive per piece, but the profit on those is crazy because you just know, okay, if Nike is going to buy that, if the Inside Alpha, for example, or you just can imagine, or anything like that, act quickly and spend a lot of money in terms of on things that are connected to bigger brands. Fame MMA, I told you guys before, okay, it's a proper launch pad. I know they know how to do things. I'm going to buy in like crazy, at least if possible, what I'm allowed to buy in. Worked really well. It was like a 200 to 300x. And the big bull run will most likely have a lot of these launches again that we're going to share with you guys that will most likely 200 or 300x as well. But I guess that's for the near future to share with you guys. I should have checked my sound. Hopefully I did not make this entire video for nothing. I guess in about 5 minutes or so we'll see. Oh damn. Go with my phone, huh? Yeah, that's it for today's video. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it. Too much blabbering. I'm not happy with the quality, but I was thinking I'll still upload it anyway. So if anybody watches, hey, thank you. If you watch this far, comment, what should you guys comment? I guess nice sunset, comment nice sunset. You can't see it anymore. It's kind of like hidden already behind the trees. Can I, wait a minute, let me try it out. Yeah, I'm not that tall, huh? I'm pretty tall. Not that tall though, not that tall. Yeah, still pretty beautiful place, guys. I'm really happy. I can also do it like this, no? Let me try. There we go. Yeah, pretty beautiful place. Very happy that I got to visit this. And if you guys want, I'll show you guys more. I'm not going to post it on a second channel or something like that. But otherwise, I'll just post it on Instagram. Or, yeah, the real reason, by the way, that I'm not recording in my hotel room is because the echo is really bad. So I'm only staying there for one night. But, because it's a little bit of a foreign country, you don't know what you're going to get next time. So I'm a little bit cautious at staying inside there. But if you guys really hated this, let me know. And I'll actually go for writing down what news there is and then getting that info to you guys that way. Otherwise, we'll just do a little talk session about everything that's going on and all my thoughts. But yeah, that was it. Adios.